Hi guys, did you get a chance to check the homework questions? I hope they were pretty straightforward, right? Yeah, so those questions are basically there so that you can build your intuition uh, regarding how you can solve a simple problem using recursion, also how you can divide a big problem into small components, right? So that is what we are going to learn today. Um, so last class, I think arrays was completed. We did a few questions on arrays, right? आज अपने recursion करेंगे. Yeah. Yep. Let me know when my screen is visible, guys. Okay. Yeah. Excuse me. So let me just give a quick overview on recursion. I hope it has already been done in previous modules, but let's do it once again. So what is recursion, guys? Recursion, it is basically a function calling itself. Okay. Now I don't know how many of you have seen this Easter egg on Google. If you Google recursion, Google will say, did you mean recursion? Then you click on it again. Again, you will say, did you mean recursion? Again, you can click, did you mean recursion? So basically, this search is calling itself. I hope you understand this. So this is an Easter egg that Google search team has added. So yeah. Okay, so now let's say guys that in compute, I think it is for every search. No, if you search some wrong keyword, then it gives you that prompt. But when you search for recursion, even if it is the correct spelling, then also it will give you, did you mean recursion? So recursion is basically a function calling itself. Now guys, when you write a Java function, you write it like this, public static void main and all these things, right? But apart from this part, the function name and the params that I have inside the function are kind of similar to a mathematical function. Can I say f of x, right? If I write f of x, then what is f? F is the function name. And what is inside the brackets? It is the inputs or the params of the function. Right? Do you agree? So if I want to represent Fibonacci, right? If I want to represent, so everybody knows what is the recursive, what is the how Fibonacci is calculated, right? Let's say that we start from 0, then I have 1, then I have 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, so on and so forth. So Fibonacci ka, how do I write it in Java? I will write fib of x, and then I will say if x is, let's say, less than equal to 2, return x, else fib of x minus 1 plus fib of x minus 2, right? This is how you write it in Java. If I want to write the same Fibonacci function algebraically, how will I write it? Let's say that I say f of x is the Fibonacci function. What will I say? I will say if x is less than equal to 1, you are saying. So yeah, less than equal to 1. If x is less than equal to 1, return x, or basically output x. Otherwise, if this is not called, then you will just say f of x minus 1 plus f of x minus 2, right? This is how I will write it in the algebraic form. Do you agree? Right. Now guys, there are two main components for recursion, right? One component is figuring out the base case, right? The other component is figuring out the next case, and so on and so forth. And after that, you have to figure out a relationship between the outputs. Is this clear, everyone? Okay. So how do I grab the intuition behind the simple Fibonacci only? If I'm considering just Fibonacci, how do I grab the intuition for that? I have been given the question, and the person who gave me the question said that x is less than equal to infinity and x is greater than equal to 0. So what will I say? I will say that the smallest value or the simplistic value that x can take is 0. Can I say that, everyone? The smallest value that x can take here is 0. So I can say that 0 is one of my base cases, at least one of my base cases, right? So if I say f of 0, what is the output? I will get 0, right? Now guys, what is the next case after this? The next case after this is f of 1. Again, the output is 1. Okay? So far I haven't figured out any relation. I can't say if there is any relation. So if I only go by these two examples, I can say that f of x is equal to x, but this is not the right thing. You know? If I go by only these two examples, what will I conclude? I will conclude that f of x is equal to x, but this is not right. If I say f of 2, then what will I get? I will get 1. So what can I say? I can say that this is not right. Can I conclude that this is not right after getting f of 2? Tell me guys. Yep. And after I check f of 3, I get the value 2. Okay, so something is happening, right? Then I will check f of 4. I will get output 3. Now somehow I'm able to figure out that this particular term is the sum of these two terms, and this particular term is the sum of these two terms. Just to be sure, I will just take f of 5 as well, and I get output 5. Now I can be sure that any f of x is equal to f of x minus 1 plus f of x minus 2 if x is greater than 2. Is that clear, everyone? Greater than equal to 2. Is this clear, guys? Okay. So this is covered, right? Now let me so when a Fibonacci function runs, how do you find out the stack trace? Let me just tell you that. So let me just copy this. So let's say guys that from my main method, I call Fibonacci of 5, right? So what is the first what is the current call stack? What is the current call stack? Which functions has been called so far? Can you tell me? What is the entry point of a Java program? Can you tell me what is the entry point of a Java program? It is the main method, right? So in the bottom of my call stack, I will have my main method, right? What is on top of the main method? I will have Fibonacci of 5, right? And along with this, let's also draw the recursion tree. So Fibonacci of 5 is being called here. Okay. Now, who will Fibonacci of 5 call? Fibonacci of 5 will call two other Fibonacci calls, right? One is x minus 1 and x minus 2, right? So let's say Fibonacci of 4 got called here and Fibonacci of 3 was called here, right? So first, which one is getting called? Can you tell me? First, which one is getting called? One second. The first one getting called is Fibonacci of 4, right? So the concept of Fibonacci of 3 is not here right now. So I'm only inside, I get inside this particular call. I am not here, right? I'm going inside this call, right? Now who will Fibonacci of 4 call? It will also make 2 calls, but first it will call Fibonacci of 3, right? So I will get fib of 4 and fib of 4 will call fib of 3, right? Now fib of 3 will call again to fib of 2 and fib of 1, right? Now this is a base case. So let me go slowly. So fib of 2 will be called, right? So fib of 3 has called fib of 2, right? Now fib of 2 will make one call to fib of 1. Now this is a base case. So it will get inside the stack and it will return immediately. Can I say that, guys? It will go inside the stack and it will return immediately because this is a base case, right? So it went inside the stack and it returned, right? Now the second call of fib of 2 will be made. So now fib of 1 is inside the stack. It went into the stack. It returned its answer. So it got removed also. And then the next call of fib of 2 happened, which is fib of 0, right? And this will also return immediately. Why? Because it is also a base case. Okay. So fib of 2 returned, fib of 0. This is also returned. Now, can fib of 2 return, guys? Can fib of 2 return? So I have 1 plus 0 over here. Fib of 2 can return now, है ना? So fib of 2 will be removed from my call stack. Do you agree? And Fibonacci of 3 will make the second call, which is fib of 1 again. Fib of 1 will go inside the stack. Fib of 1 will return immediately. What will be the output? 1 plus 1, which is 2. Now, fib of 3 can return from here. Just give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Hello. Yeah. So guys, fib of 3 has returned its value. So fib of 4 can make its second call. So fib, this got removed and fib of 3 is also terminated. So fib of 3 will make the second call to fib of 2, right? Now fib of 2 will also do its thing and it will also, fib of 4 is making actually this call. So fib of 4 is making call to fib of 2. Fib of 2 will call fib of 1 and fib of 0, right? So it will return its answer. So what will I get here? Again 0 plus 1 and this will return 1 and this is returning 2. So 2 plus 1, what will fib of 4 return? It will return 3, right? So are you getting how to create a stack trace and the recursion tree now? Fib of 4 is also terminated and now fib of 5 will make the second call, right? Fib of 5 will make the second call, which is to fib of 3. Is this clear, everyone? है So now guys, since even though this is not part of our lecture, I am just telling you, can you see repeated function calls here? Can you see repeated function calls? Right. This is where dynamic programming helps you, but we are not here to discuss that now. But just letting you know that this is something that you should keep in mind. Yes. So I hope the Fibonacci and the stack trace, all these things are clear to everyone, right? Okay. So let's approach the first question that we had in the homework. Okay. So what did we have? Yeah. So yeah, this is another platform called Coding Bat. So it had a very good recursion series where you can practice where you can practice like basic questions that can be solved using iteration. But this platform basically forces you to use recursion in this particular section. So we are going to solve basic question and we are going to get the intuition of how to break it up into different cases, right? So what is it saying? We have a triangle made of blocks. Topmost row has 1 block, the next row has 2 blocks, the next row has 3 blocks and so on. ठीक है. तो बहुत ही basic question है. I want to pattern printing याद है? Who knows pattern printing here? Right. Pattern printing में वो pyramid pattern print करने बोलते हैं ना? Pyramid pattern, right? So this is what it is. The first row is having 1 block. The second row is having 2 blocks like this. The third row is having 3 blocks like this. And the fourth row is having 4 blocks like this, right? And you basically want to return the number of blocks required to create a triangle, है ना? So अगर triangle, if the triangle does not have any row, the number of blocks required is 0. Why? Because there are 0 rows, so the triangle does not exist. So guys, can I say that this is a base case? Can I say that this is a base case here? Right. So if I say t of 0 is equal to what? 1. Then I can say t of 1 is equal to, sorry, t of 0 is equal to 0, t of 1 is equal to 1, t of 2 is equal to 3. Then I have t of 3 is equal to how much? T of 3 is equal to 6. And then I have t of 4 is equal to 10. Right. Now guys, if I want to write this function in algebraic form, I will say t of x is equal to t of x minus 1 plus x. So what is 10? 10 is basically 6 plus 4. What is 6? 6 is basically 3 plus 3. What is 3? 3 is basically 2 plus 1. And 1 is just 0 plus 1. And this is base case. Is this clear, everyone? Explain. So I am, the question is asking me to create this pyramid and it will give me the number of rows as input. Number of rows of the pyramid. And if it has, if the number of rows is 1, the pyramid will be like this. If the number of rows is 2, the pyramid will be like this. If the number of rows is 3, the pyramid will be like this. समझ में आया? So over here guys, इसमें just imagine that, can I create a pyramid? Rather, instead of this, if I have a pyramid of 4 rows, can I say that a pyramid of 3 rows already exists on top of it? If I have a pyramid of 4 rows, can I say a pyramid of 3 rows already exists on top? Tell me guys. Yes. If I want to create a pyramid of 3 rows, can I say pyramid of 2 rows already exists? So that is what you do. You just want to use the previous pyramid plus new blocks. समझ में आया? So this is the new block and this is the previous pyramid. Is that clear? Everybody clear on this? Okay. Let's code it up. What was my base case, guys? What did I identify as the base case? Only this one, right? T of 0 is equal to 0, right? So I will say if rows is equal to 0, then return 0. Is this clear? right? Otherwise, what do I want to do? I want to add the number of rows in the current pyramid plus the previous pyramid. So I will say return rows plus the previous pyramid, which is the triangle of rows minus 1. Is this clear to all? क्लियर है सबको? ठीक है. Now let's come to this next one. So it has a string. What is it asking me to do? Count pairs. We'll say that a pair in a string is two instances of a character separated by a character. Okay. So AXA, that the A's make a pair. The pair can overlap. So AX contains three pairs. Acha. 2 for A, 1 for X. Recursively compute the number of pairs in the given string. Okay. So this question, guys, how can we approach it? Let's consider a very basic case. So let's say I have a blank string. First of all, let's say that I have a blank string. Okay, nothing. Will it have any pair? Will it have any pair? No. Okay, I'm explaining you the question. Okay, if I have a blank string, it will not have any pair. If I have a string with a single character, be it anything, will it have a pair? Does the possibility of pair exist with single character? No, right? So zero number of pairs, right? If I say that it has two characters, let's say it has A and X, two characters. Can it have a pair here? So what is the question telling me? The question is saying we will say that a pair is a string of two instances of a character separated by a character. So for a pair to exist, I need to have two same characters separated by another character. So can a pair exist where the length of the string is less than 3? Can a pair exist when the length of the string is less than 3? It cannot exist. So AX is also 0. So can I say that if S dot length is less than equal to 2, return 0? Can I say this? Will it handle these three cases for me? Yes, right. Now coming to our case with more than two characters, right? So more than two characters may I can have C may, let's say A, X and B, right? Does a pair exist here, guys? Even though I have more than two characters, does a pair exist? No, right? So no pair exists. Now again, I will have C of AXA. Does a pair exist, guys, here? Yes, one pair is existing, right? What is the reason behind, how am I figuring out that this is a pair? I am basically checking if S dot char at 0 is equal to S dot char at 2, then count plus plus. Do you agree? This is what the if condition will look like, है ना? So guys, for a three string case, I have taken both the cases. This is the negative case where I don't have a pair. This is the positive case where I have a pair. Are both of them clear? So this if condition, it is just checking if the character over here is equal to the character over here. समझ में आ गया? So if three A's come, then also it is a pair, right? Because two characters are separated by another character. So this is another character which is separating these two. Clear hai? Now guys, let's move to the next bigger case. What is the next bigger case right now? Can you tell me what is the next bigger case for me? 4 characters, exactly, right? So let's consider all the different possibilities with 4 characters. Okay. So C, I can have AX, right? This is one. I can have C of A, X, B, X. This I can have A, X, B, C. Okay. These are the 3 cases. Now, let me just say, does this have any pair? Will this have any pair? Is any character separating 2 same characters? Is any character separating 2 same characters? No, right? It is not separating. So this has 0 pairs. So let's get this one out of the way. Let's get this one out of the way. Okay? I hope that was clear to everyone. Right? AXBA. AXBA. So only these two are the same characters and they are separated with 2 characters. So this is not a pair. Okay. Now guys, when I want to solve this question, what am I comparing? I'm checking s dot char at 0 and comparing it to s dot char at 2, right? So what is the char at 0 and 2 over here? Char at 0 is A and char at 2 is B. So A is not equal to B. Can I say that? A is not equal to B. So will I increment my count? No, I will not do that. I will not increment my count. Why? Because A is not equal to B. है ना? Now, but there exists one more over here where I can see these two are a pair, right? But what is my comparison logic? I am comparing the first character with the second character. So can I say, guys, that I will recursively call the same function, but I will do C of XBX. Now, can I find a pair here? If I do S dot char at 0 equal to S dot char at 2. Right. So, and for this particular example, what will I call, guys? I can see that I already have a pair here and here. So do I increment my count, guys? Do I increment my count? Yes. But should I also call the function recursively? Should I also call the function recursively? Yes. So I will do what? I will do 1 plus C of XAX. Is this clear now? So let me just draw the recursion tree. So if I have C of XA, right? What will be my calls? I have found that these two are equal. So I will do 1 plus C of AXA. Then what will this do? This will again do 1 plus C of XA. This will return 0. So 1 plus 0, 1 is getting returned here, and 1 plus 1, 2 is getting returned here. And this is finally returning 2 to the main method. समझ में आ रहा है कैसे हो रहा है? Right. Now again, if I have a negative case, C of X, A, B, C, right? What will this call? Will this do a plus 1? No, it will not do a plus 1. Why? Because this is not equal to this. So it will call C of A, B, C. This will call C of BC, and this will return 0, this will return 0, this will return 0 to the main method. Is this clear to everyone now? Can we start writing the code, guys? So guys, tell me the base case once again. If string dot length is less than equal to 2, I will return 0, right? If str dot length is less than equal to 2, I will return 0. Is this clear, guys? Now guys, if the length is greater than 3, what will I do? I will compare the first character with, I will compare the 0th character with the second character, and based on the comparison, I will either do a +1 or I will not do a +1. Right? I have two choices. Do you agree? So I will say if str dot char at 0 is equal to str dot char at 2. What do I want to call, guys? I will say return 1 plus count pairs. But what do I want to do? I want to slice my string. I want to remove the first character. How do I remove the first character? I do str dot substring 1. Is this clear, everyone? Otherwise, what will I do? Otherwise, I will just say return this. Is this clear, everyone? Yes, it is possible. So let's take an example. Let's say x a b a, right? C of x a b a, right? What will this do? This is, I can check that x and b are not equal. So what will this call? This will call C of a b a. It can see that 0 and 2 are equal. So it will call 1 plus C of b a. समझ में आया? No need of -1. Why will I need -1? नहीं, why do you want to subtract? Tell me. Subtract करना क्यों है? अगर पेयर मिल गया तो I will just increase it, right? Why will I subtract? Pair not found तो 0 return करना है ना. I want to count the pairs. So if there is no pair found, I will return 0. That is common sense, right? Okay, so this question is also clear to everyone. str1. Okay, so if I have a string abc dot substring 1, what is it doing? I am giving it the starting point, right? So it will start from this and it will go till the end. So इस पे अगर substring 1 call करेंगे तो first character is removed, right? अगर abc dot substring 2 call करोगे तो first 2 character is removed. समझ में आ गया? Okay, next one, guys. This is also similar kind of a question. Given a string, compute recursively the number of time lowercase I appears in the string. However, do not count a high that have a x immediately before them. अच्छा, तो दो तीन केस है guys. एक तो है, yeah, tell me, पल्लव. क्लियर हो गया? Okay, 1 second. What is today's date? Lecture 8 16 है ना आज? तो 0 and 2 पोजीशन सेम नहीं है बट 1 and 3 सेम है. ये हैंडल कैसे करेगा? दैट इज गेटिंग हैंडल्ड इन द रिकर्सिव कॉल. सी, सो इफ आई हैव सी ऑफ a x b x, राइट, इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि is these two same over here, a and b, is it same? Tell me, Shubhankit. No, right? So what is it doing? Did it find a pair? It did not find a pair. So can I increment my count? I cannot increment my count. What will I do? I will recursively call the next one. So C of xbx is getting called. But what is happening here? Can you see that यहाँ पर जो 1 and 3 पे था, that is at 0 and 2 in this case, right? So it is getting handled here. यहाँ पर +1 हो जाएगा. Tell me, the time complexity is the length of string minus 2, which is big O of n. I think I've added both. Okay, so these two are clear, right? Now this is also a similar kind of question to the last one that we just did. Only thing is, it is asking me to count the number of highs in my string, and it is also asking me to reject the high that just has a x after it. Okay, so guys, can I say that I want to count this particular substring? I want to count the occurrence of this substring, right? What did you say? That have x immediately before. Okay, so if there is a x, don't count this. So I want to count the occurrence of this particular substring in any string, right? So guys, can I say that if a string is less than equal to 1 in length, then count is equal to 0. So count of blank is equal to 0. Count of single string is equal to 0. Can I say this? Now guys, what is the next bigger case that I have here? What is the next bigger case? It is 2 characters, right? So one will be C of, let's say, AB. This is a negative case. And one will be C of HI. This is a positive case. So what will I do here, guys? I will return 1. So if S dot substring, 0, 2 is equal to high, then what do I want to do? I want to do 1 count plus plus. Do you agree? है ना? Now I hope both these cases are clear. Over here I will not do count plus plus, right? अब कौन सा केस आ रहा है गाइस? आई एम गेटिंग अ 3 string case. I am getting a 3 string case, right? So what will I do? I can have 3 different cases here. ठीक है, एक केस तो हो गया जिसमें I have a high like this. Let's say I have H I and A like this. ठीक है, एक केस हो गया जिसमें I have let's say X H I. So I don't want to count this, right? And let's say एक केस हो गया जिसमें कुछ भी नहीं है. ठीक है, so this is the negative case. Nothing will be counted here, right? Nothing will be counted here, है ना? And what will happen in this case, guys? What will happen in this case? I will check if S dot substring 0, 2 is equal to high. What do I want to do? I have found out that this is a high, but do I want to run the recursive call on this part? Do I want to run the recursive call on this part? Tell me. Yes. So right now in this example, there is not a high after this, but is it safe to assume that there can be a high after this? Yes. So I always want to run the recursive call for the remaining part of the string. So what will I do? I will do 1 plus, I am counting this. So I will do 1 plus count of just A. Is this clear, everyone? Right. Now in this case, I have to explicitly, before this if condition, I will just check if S dot substring 0, 3 is equal to XHI. If this is equal, then what do I want to do? I want to ignore this part and I want to focus to the part after this. So I will do C of the part after this. Is this clear? ठीक है, और कोई केस बताओ. Can you think of any other case here, guys? AHI will get handled like this. Okay, so if I have C of AHI and if S dot substring 0, 2 is not equal to high, what do I want to do? I want to call C of the remaining part after the first. So I will just remove the first. So C of S dot substring 1. समझ में आया? So let's get into it and write the code. What is my base case, guys? Return 0. Can I return 0, guys? Now, guys, I want to ask you one question. Let's say that I have an example where I have AHI. What do I want to do when I am getting AHI? I want to make a recursive call to just HI, right? I want to make a recursive call to this part only, है ना? Right? But similarly, if I have XHI, what do I want to make the recursive call for this part? No, I will make the recursive call for the part after high, है ना? Because I want to ignore this, right? So guys, can you tell me which condition should I write first? Should I write this condition first or should I write this condition first? I will write the XHI condition first. Why am I writing the XHI condition first? Because if I write this condition first, then this call will be made for even this thing. है ना? Because this first character, it can be anything. Do you agree? So I will say, so the string can be of length. The string, if the string is of length, 2. So for XHI to be there, I have to ensure that the string is of length 3 at least. But in this base case, I'm only eliminating the strings of length 1. So I have to check for the length also. So if str dot length is greater than 2, it should be greater than 2, and str dot substring 0,3 is equal to xh. Then what do I want to do, guys? I want to ignore that. I want to ignore it. So I will return count high 2, and I want to do str dot substring 3. So I am removing the first 3 characters of the string. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, guys? So my XHI is handled. Can I say XHI case is handled completely? Right. Now let's come to the positive case where I'm getting the high, where I'm actually getting the high. Okay. So if str dot substring 0,2 is equal to high, what do I want, guys? I want to return 1 plus count high 2 of str dot substring 0, no, str dot substring 2, right? Is this clear, guys? This is the positive case where I'm finding a high, है ना? Otherwise, what do I want to do? If these 2 cases are also not successful, what do I want? I just want to remove the first character and iterate for the remaining part. So return. Is this clear to everyone? अच्छा, function call भी तो है. Is this clear, guys? Zero comma 3. So 0,3 will check the first 3. Right. Thanks, Ankit. Cannot find symbol S, which is STR. It failed. Okay. Where did it fail? Oh, right. String comparison dot eq over here also. Yeah, fast. Is this clear, everyone? So last return statement will handle the case of, let's say, AHI. If I have something like this, then no case will be triggered because the first 3 character is not XHI, the first 2 characters is not HI, right? So it will just remove the first A and call the function on the remaining. once more. Right. So let's say guys that I have a input that is less than equal to length in 1. It will be handled here. Let's say I have x h I a h I, right? If I have this, then I will input the string here. What will this if condition trigger? Tell me. The length of the string is greater than 2. Yes. And the first 3 characters is equal to xhi, right? So this will be triggered. This condition will be triggered. And what will it return? It will call the function recursively on the remaining part, which is ahi. तो ये पार्ट को एलिमिनेट कर दिए. समझ में आया? Right. Now what will happen to this ahi? ahi में what will happen? Is ahi equal to this? No. Are the first 2 characters equal to high? No. So it will run over here. What will happen here? It will remove the first character only. So it will call just hi, right? Now what will happen? Now will this trigger? No, because it is not greater than 2 in length. Will this trigger? Yes, because the first 2 characters are equal to high. So it will call 1 plus, it will remove this character. So it will call 1 plus blank. What will blank return? Blank will return 0. So this is returning 1 plus 0. This is returning 1 plus 0. This is returning 1 plus 0. This is returning 1 to main. Is this clear? Clear to everyone, right? ठीक है. Let's proceed to the next one then. Given a string, compute recursively a new string where all the adjacent characters are separated by a star. Okay, so I want to basically convert the string so that all the characters are separated by a star. ठीक है गाइस, इसका बेस केस बताओ. बेस केस क्या होगा? कोई भी स्ट्रिंग वाला का when I'm trying to find the base case, what is it? It is the blank string, right? So do I need to perform any computation here? For the blank string, do I need to perform any computation? No. So I will just return the blank string only, right? If I get a single character, do I need to add any star? No. So I will just return the character itself. Now if I have a double character, I need to add a star here, right? So I need to return n star n. Do you agree? Right. And guys, if I have n, what do I want to do? I want to return n star n star n. Is this clear, everyone? Right. So guys, how do I figure out the recursive relation here? So let's try to draw the tree. Okay. Let's say my input is n, n, n. Okay. Now, what should I do? If I want to slice this string, if I want to slice this string, can I say that this is a slice of the string? And can I say that this is the 2 character case? If I just consider this part, can I say that this is the 2 character case, guys? Yes. So what will I do, guys? I will just say I will say n plus star plus f of n. Is this clear? And what will this do? This will call this part, it will call n plus star plus f of n. And what will f of n return? F of n will return n itself. So what will this return? This will return n star n. So can I replace this with n star n? And now what am I adding to it? I am adding n plus star plus n star n, right? So what will this return here? It will return n star n star n. Is this clear, guys? Everybody followed it, right? Base case return n. Yes. So if s dot length is less than equal to 1, return s. So if str dot length is less than equal to 1, return str, right? Otherwise, what do I want to do? I want to take the first character out. So str dot caret 0. I want to add a star to it. Where is this? And I want to call the function recursively on it. So all star I will call on str dot substring. What do I want to eliminate? I want to eliminate the first character, right? Substring 1. Okay. So this is a character. I want to make it a string. Yeah. We can use a string builder, but I am not sure if this particular editor has all the libraries. In the class, we discuss the questions that are in the lesson plan. So I can't take that for now because every day's lesson plan is fixed. String builder इसमें है कि नहीं, that I don't know. Let's check. Let's try to predict this. Okay, so it is there. So what I can do is okay, some issues. Let's check. String builder takes less time and less space also. So what are you saying? Pass argument in substring. Where did it fail? Let's see. It failed for basically all the cases. तो क्या हो रहा है, आगे में ऐड हो जा रहा है स्टार. Okay. So s dot append this, and I'm returning s dot toString. Star is also getting added in the beginning. Let's debug this. So str.char add 0, so it is taking the first character, right? S dot append कर रहे हैं, so it is appending a star to it. S dot append all star कर रहे हैं, so it should append that other substring, right? So even for this case, it is not working. Space complexity, we are no helper method is not required here. Let's check this once. Let's try to write the cases and can figure it out. ठीक है, तो str का char add 0 कर रहे हैं. So if my input is a star b, what is happening? String builder के अंदर I am having a, right, as str.char add 0. So a is entering the string builder. I am doing s dot append star, so a star is getting appended at the end. Then I am doing s dot append all star dot substring. So another method is getting called for. No, I have my this is AB. So another method is getting called just for B, right? And this will just return the B. So the output of this should be just B. So if I'm appending it here, it should return the right answer. What is the problem? Everywhere we are only having the stars rather than the actual character. Another method starting from star index. I think every time a new string is getting created because of new string builder. str.char add 0 ही कर रहे हैं. So सबसे पहले the most simple case it is not passing, which is this one, right? So this is the simplest case. So let's try to figure this one out, and then उसके बाद I think समझ में आ जाएगा. Okay, so string builder का str.substring I'm doing for this. I'm calling the method also. What is the problem there? So basically what the problem that I'm seeing is that this character is not getting added, right? So isko s dot append. Let's try this. Yeah, we did it without string builder also. Yeah, I think that was a character, and that is why it was getting it was having a problem. Yeah. ठीक है? Is this clear, everyone? ठीक है. Guys, let's take a 5-minute recess. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I am getting a very important call. ठीक है? 5 minutes में आते हैं. Let's be back by 10:15. You guys can also go and do something if you want. Okay. Hello. Yeah, guys. So let's proceed with some other questions. Have I added this question? Yeah. So the homework questions are done. Let's take up some more questions from this. So we did this one. We did count pairs. No, we did the count high 2. This one. We have done the triangle one. We also did. We did the all-star one. So all-star, yes, right here. Bunny ears 2. Okay. What is the question? We have bunnies standing in a line, numbered 1, 2. The odd bunnies 1 and 3 have normal ears, but the even bunnies 2 and 4 will have 3 ears because each have a raised foot. Okay. So recursively return the number of ears of the bunny. Okay. And the input is the number of bunnies in the line. Okay, fine. So guys, base case, if there is no bunny, how many years will be there? If there is no bunny, how many years will I have? 0 years, right? So if there is no bunny, then I will have 0 years. If there is one bunny, will I have any year? I will have 2 years. Why 2? Because this is the odd position. If I have 2 bunnies, then the sequence will be like this, right? So this one will have 3 years, this one will have 2 years. So total 5. And if I have 3 bunnies, the output will be 1. So this will have 2, this will have 2, this will have 3. So the total will be 7, right? And if I have, let's say, 4 bunnies, the output will be 3, 3, 2, 2, 10, right? Now, so this is very simple actually. So over here, one thing that is constant is that I have to add the number of years of the previous bunny, right? So I can define this function as f of x is equal to, the base case will be if x is equal to 0, then 0, right? This is my base case. Apart from that, f of x is equal to f of x minus 1 plus 2 if x mod 2 is equal to 1, else f of x minus 1 plus 3. समझ में आया? So if my current bunny is odd, then add 2 to the previous, and if my current bunny is even, then add 3 to the previous. Is that clear, guys? I hope everybody is clear. This is a very simple question, even simpler than the ones we have already discussed. Right. So let's code it. Should not take a lot of time. So the base case is if इसको छोटा कर देते हैं b. If b is equal to 0, then return 0. Now if b mod 2 is equal to 1, return, I want to return 2 plus bunny ears 2 ka b minus 1, right? Otherwise I want to return 3 plus this. Is this clear, everyone? Function name is the same, just the parameter name is changed, right? So this parameter name is basically local inside this function only. So it doesn't matter. I can name it anything. I usually write a short name for it so that it is easier for me to write the code. But it is a good practice to have proper variable names, guys. So don't do what I did right now. Try to add proper variable names to your code. It gives you plus points in the interviews. So always 2-3 things to keep in mind. Like, ठीक है, logic तुम लिख दोगे, right? You can write the logic well, that is okay. But 2-3 things to keep in mind is use proper variable names. Right? And use proper indentation. Right? And always create a function if there is a scope. Right? These 3 things basically tell the interviewer that you have a good grip, or basically you have been coding for a while now and you are fluent in writing code. These 3 things are a good quality of a good programmer. So always keep these things in mind. Logic likh doge, that you will get the plus points for that. But if these 3 things are not up to the point, your code will not be readable, and the interviewer won't. They won't be able to see your code and understand what it is doing easily, right? So you want it to be readable and you want it to be understandable. Comments, so matlab, comments is a very old thing now. People say these days, people say that write code that doesn't need comments. So write descriptive code that doesn't need comments. ऐसा कोड लिखो जिसको एक्सप्लेन करने का जरूरत नहीं है. बेसिक ये इंडेंटेशन में, मतलब जैसे इफ यू राइट अ इफ स्टेटमेंट, then keep a gap over here, 4 spaces or 1 tab in the block. So for I is equal to 0 till n, then indent, then if I is equal to 0, then indent ऐसे करके. या Python में तो it is necessary to add the indentation. Pseudocode you can write it, but always keep these 3 things in mind while writing code in an interview. I hope this is clear, everyone. ठीक है. Let's do something else. What is this ARR 220? Okay, so this is an array question. Given an array of integers, compute recursively if the array contains somewhere a value followed in the array by that value 10 times. Acha, okay. So basically the element just before this should be equal to 10 into this. So I have the condition I'm looking for is ARR of I into 10 should be equal to ARR of I plus 1. This is the condition I'm looking for. Right? So in this array, this is I. So I is equal to 1. So ARR of 1 is into 10 is equal to ARR of 2. समझ में आया? This is the condition I'm looking for. So if this condition is satisfied, return true, otherwise return false. Is this clear, everyone? This is also very simple, guys, right? Now tell me, what are the parameters of this function? The initial index will be passed as index. Okay, so initially this index value is 0 because I want to start from the 0th part. Okay. Now, guys, what is the base case? If I have 1 or less elements, then I have added the question, right? So bunny ears we did right now. So let's add them. ठीक है. So guys, can you tell me the base case? If the elements that I have in my hand, if that is less than 1, less than or equal to 1, can I compare two elements? If the elements that I have in my hand are less than or equal to 1, can I compare the two elements? No, not possible. And what is at the index? The index is basically the starting point of my array, right? The index is basically the starting point from where I have the elements. So if the input is like this, if the input is function and I have index is equal to 0, then I can compare all the elements from 0 till the end. But if the function is like this, then I can compare all the elements from 1 till the end. Is this clear to you? Is this clear, guys? Okay. So now what do I want to do? I want to write the base case. What will be my base case? If the index is equal to nums dot length minus 1, which is if the index is present over here, can I say that I cannot compare two elements? Why cannot I compare two elements? Because I have only this element in hand. है ना? In the beginning it will be 0, but later on it will be incremented. Right. So what is my base case, guys? If index is equal to nums dot length minus 1, I want to return false. Because I cannot compare two elements at this point. So if index is equal to nums dot length minus 1, return false. Is this clear, guys? Is the base case clear to everyone? Right? Otherwise, what do I want to do? If nums का index is equal to if nums का index multiplied by 10 is equal to nums का index plus 1, will I return true? Right? I'll return true because I am finding my case. Otherwise, what will I do? I will return this same method, array 220 with nums. But what do I want to do? Now I want to move ahead. So I will say index plus 1. समझ में आया? Okay, so this case failed. Array index out of bounds 0. Okay, so I think this will be greater than equal to. Yeah. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? Let's do a dry run also. I think some people are not clear. The false, yeah. So let's take an array like this. So this is the case where which is the very simplest one, 1, 2 and 20. इसमें सारा case समझ में आ जाएगा. So the initial function call is this, right? It is giving me, it is allowing me to use all the elements and it is giving me this array. ठीक है? So guys, will this condition trigger? Will the first if condition trigger? It will not trigger. Why? Because 0 is not greater than equal to my array length minus 1, right? Array length kya hai? Array length is 3. Array length minus 1 is 2, which is my last index. So now what will I do? I will compare the first element, which is my index, and I will compare the next element. So I will check if 1 into 10, is it equal to 2? It is not equal to 2. So this if condition will not trigger at this point. Do you agree? Right? So this return true will not happen. What will happen? This function, this method will be called recursively. So now function of 1, 2, 20 is called, but the index value is increased. Right? Now guys, tell me, will the first if condition trigger? Will the first if condition trigger? It will not trigger, right? What condition will trigger? Will this condition trigger? Is 2 into 20 equal to, is 2 into 10 equal to 20? Yes. So true will be returned from here. समझ में आया? Yes, yes, yes. Is this clear? Now let's say that there is a completely negative case. Let's say that instead of 2, I have a 3 here, right? So either may, for this 3, will 3 into 10 equal to 20? It will not trigger, right? So what will happen? It will again make a recursive call. It will again increment the value of the index, right? अब क्या हो रहा है? Will this if condition trigger? Yes, because 2 is greater than equal to 2, right? So false will be returned. समझ में आ गया? Yeah. I hope this question is clear, everyone. Now, ठीक है. So this one is also clear. Do you want to do any other one? Excuse me. Count ABC. This one. This looks similar to the count high one. Count recursively the total number of ABC and ABA strings that appear in the given string. हाँ तो ये तो this is very simple, guys. I want you to do it by yourselves. Some cases not passing. So इसका pseudo code I'll give you, but I won't write the code. But actually writing the code will be shorter. So let me write it fast. I'll explain it, but let me write it first. So this is the base case. Then I want to compare the first 3 characters. So str dot substring 0, 3 is equal to ABC. Wait, अच्छा dot equal that ABC and इसके साथ एक और अपना कंडीशन है, या तो ये इक्वल होना चाहिए या it should be equal to ABA, right? If any one of these is true, then return 1 plus count ABC str dot substring 2. Otherwise, I want to return this only. Yeah. ठीक है. Which part are you having problems? Two cases are failing on portal with the same code. Okay. Portal. What do I say about the portal? So guys, do you need an explanation on this one? I think it is very self-explanatory, right? है ना? Simple है. So let's try one question from your lesson plan on recursion from lead code. No particular question is there. I think we will have to solve this question only. Okay, guys. So in your lesson plan, it is written that for today we have to practice this coding bat problems only. So let's do them. So let's try some other question. Let's take this one. Given a string, return true if it is nesting of 0 or more pairs of parentheses. अच्छा parentheses का question आ गया. Tomorrow, most probably we will do recursion 2, more questions on recursion, and we can also do some backtracking questions. Yes. Okay. Count 8. Count 8. Okay. Let's do this one first. क्या है? Given a non-negative integer n, compute recursively the count of the occurrences of 8 as a digit, except that an 8 with another 8 immediately to its left counts double. So 8, 8, 1, 8 yields 4. Note that the mod by 10 yields the rightmost digit. Yes, that I know. While divide by 10, count 8. So basically 8 अगर single रहेगा तो it is counted as 1, but 8 अगर double रह रहा है तो it is counted as 2. So this is 1 8, this is 1 8, this is 2 8s, and this is 1 8. Okay, so total 4 हो रहा है. Except that an 8 with another 8 immediately to the left. So like, let's say guys, if I have count for just 8, the result will be 1 8, right? If I have count for 0, the result will be 0, right? If I have count for 8 1 8, what will be the result? This is 1 8 and this is 1 8, so the result is 2. And if I have count for 8 1 8 1 8 8. Let's consider this. Yeah, let me take a simple example. So count of 8 8 1 8, right? So this 8 is considered 1 only, but this 8 is considered 2. Why? Because it has a 8 immediately left to it. And what is the value for this 8? It will be counted once. So this is 4. Is this clear? Why is the output for this 4? Right. Now let's say, guys, if I have count of 8 8 8 8 8, tell me the output. This will be how much? This will be 2 because it has a 8 to the left. This will be 2 again. This will be 2 again. This will be 2 again. And this will be 1. So total is 9. Is this clear, everyone? Right. So guys, what do I want to do? Along with checking this particular digit, I want to check the digit before that as well. Is that clear, everyone? Along with checking this digit, I want to check the digit before that as well. Is this clear, guys? Okay. So what is the flow of the program? So base case, tell me, guys. Yes, yes, yes. Tell me the base case of this problem, guys. Let's say I have a number 108. Okay. If I divide by 10, what is happening? It is becoming 10. If I again divide by 10, it is becoming 1. If I again divide by 10, it is becoming 0, right? So ultimately, every number I will reduce to 0. So the base case is if n equal to 0, then return 0. Is this clear, guys? Now, guys, let's say that I find a 8. What are the two cases after finding a 8? One case is there is another 8 to the left, and the other case is there is no 8 to the left. Both are clear, right? But in this case, I will increment by 2. In this case, I will increment by 1. Is this clear to all? Yes, yes, exactly. So guys, tell me what is the condition of finding a 8 in the units place? How do I check if there is a 8 in the units place? If x mod 10 is equal to 8, I can be sure that units place has 8, right? Right. Now, how do I check if there is a 8 on the tens place? Inside this if statement, I can say if x mod 100 is equal to 8, then increment 2, else increment 1. Is this clear, everyone? So I will just say if n mod 10 is equal to 8, and over here if n mod 100 is equal to 8, then I want to say return 2 plus I will recursively call it on count 8 of n by 2, and otherwise I will do else का तो जरूरत ही नहीं है, right? Is else required here? No. So I can do return 1 plus by 2 नहीं होगा, actually by 10 होगा ना. And if I don't get a 8, I will not increment, I will just return this. Right? This looks right, everyone, है ना? Okay, some cases, lot of cases are failing. Oh, right. This would be 88. Good find, Shrey. Nice. So let me just give an overview of this one. So what is happening, guys? Let's say I have 8818. So initial call is to this, right? So guys, if I do a modulus of this, am I finding a 8? If I do a modulus of this, am I finding a 8? What is the output? It is 8. Yes, right? So I am inside this if condition. Okay. After this, if I do 8818 mod of 100, what is the output? 18, right? So guys, tell me, is there a 8 towards the left of this current 8? Is there an 8 towards the left of the current 8? No, right? So what will I do? I will call 1 plus count of 881. Is this clear? 1 plus count of 881. Now what will happen? Is there a 8 here? No. So this condition won't execute at all. So what will be called? Count of 8 will be called. Now what will happen? Is there a 8 at the units place? Yes. Is there a 8 over here also? Yes. So 2 plus count of 0. This will return 0. So this will return true. 2. This will return 2. This will return 2 plus 1. And finally, this will return 3 plus 1. Is this clear all? Right? This question is clear? है ना? Let me put it here. This question is also pretty good. So let's solve this one as well in today's class. फिर आगे का देखते हैं. Excuse me. Yeah. So क्या है? Given a string, return true if the nesting of 0 or more pairs of parentheses like this or this. Suggestion: check the first and last character, then recur on what's inside. तो अपने को तो solution ही दे दिया. I want to check the first and last character and then recursively call the inside of the parentheses. If the first and last character is not a proper parenthesis, then return false. समझ में आ रहा है? Very easy, right, everyone? है ना? So इसमें भी बेस केस क्या होगा? अगर स्ट्रिंग का लेंथ इज equal to 0, I will return true, right? Because if I have a blank string also, that is also a valid parenthesis, है ना? If I have a blank string also, can I say that is a valid parenthesis? Because it is saying 0 or more, right? It is saying 0 or more, है ना? So if str dot length is equal to equal to 0, return true. Is this clear? And if str.length equal to 1, I will return false. Do you agree? Yeah, I can also do that. If length mod 2 is equal to 1, I will return false. Yeah. Because if there is odd, then I can safely say that the parenthesis is not valid, right? ठीक है. इसके अलावा what do I want to do? I want to compare the first and last characters. So first character str.char at 0, right? If this is equal to opening bracket and str.char at str.length -1 is equal to closing character, which is closing bracket. If this condition is there, I will say return. I will strip the first and last character, right? If there is a character between them, so this is false, right? Return a string, return true if there listed one of my parentheses like this. Check the first and last character. Okay, so you are saying if there is a character in between a valid parenthesis like this. So if I have something like this, then the parenthesis is valid, but I have it here. So the question does not have a description for that. Let's run it and then we can take care of the cases. Okay. So let's call the same method, but I want to call it for the stripped part. So str dot substring. I will start from 1 and I will end it one character before. Str dot length -1. Otherwise, I want to return false, right? Let's check. Where didn't I put a expected at line 6? So this has a extra passed all. So that is not a valid case. Ravi Teja. Okay. Is this question clear, everyone? I hope it is clear, right? Not a biggie. So, okay, let's keep it up till here, guys. Tomorrow I'll take some more questions on recursion. So I would suggest, guys, that there are some like 30 questions over here, almost 30 questions. Sabko kar lo. Very simple 5-minute question each. Just do all of them. 1 hour lagega, sara kar lo. And if you get any doubts with any one of them, let me know tomorrow. We can solve that. And then we can do some backtracking questions tomorrow. Backtracking is also recursion basically. So we'll do that. Okay. Okay. Chalo yaar. Good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.